Hi, my name is Lori, and I thought it would be appropriate, after thinking about this for about a little while, I thought to myself, some of you may not know why I do these videos. You may think, oh, she's doing these videos to be famous, or oh, she's doing these videos to get attention. That's not where I'm going with these videos. That's not where I'm going. That's not my purpose, and that's not my personality. In fact, the fact that I put myself out there, the fact that I put my face in these videos, my name, my real name, I mention where I live, the city I live in, maybe that's not a good idea. I've thought about that. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it for a reason. I'm doing it for a reason. A very good reason. I noticed, and it really bothered me, I noticed that when my medical researchers, Dr. McKenna, Dr. Saro, Dr. Caripio, Dr. Orlan, etc., the whole group of them from FIDMAG in Sant Boi, Barcelona, and Sant Pau Hospital in Barcelona, I noticed that when they published the final results of this world's first clinical trial of deep brain stimulation for refractory or resistant to medication schizophrenia in the eBiomedicine The Lancet back on January 8th, 2020, I noticed that nobody reacted to it. I went searching on the internet. I went looking and reading. There were no articles. There was no news about it. Nobody reacted. And I thought to myself, how is this possible? How is this possible that nobody has reacted to this amazing, awesome, huge scientific progress and advance in the field of schizophrenia? How could no one have reacted to it? And I thought to myself, that really bothers me. That really, really bothers me. My life is not perfect. And this deep brain stimulation treatment has not given me a perfect life, but it has given me the ability to make the life I want, to make the life that I can make, just like anybody else. And that's the key, just like anybody else. To make, to do, to write, to go along the pathway of life that I need, I want, to make mistakes, to have the ability, the option, the choice to make mistakes, and to make good decisions and bad decisions. Bad decisions as well as good decisions. That's what deep brain stimulation has given me. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom to live a normal, healthy life. Have I had a perfect rose cherry colored road after the operation? No. Because I've had so many changes, as I've mentioned in previous videos, that it was very hard, and it is still very hard for me to assimilate and process all these changes. And it is going to take a long time for me to get myself on my feet, to get down to earth, practical, because number one, that's not my personality. I'm a dreamer. I'm an artist. It's hard for me to put my feet on the ground and say, okay, Lori, you've got to do this, this, and this, and this, and take this step number one, step number two, step number three, to get to your final destination, which is where you want to go. That's hard for me. It's my personality, okay? I'm not making an excuse. I'm just telling you how it is, how I am. My sister's also a dreamer. Runs in the family. Anyways, when I saw that the article, the final results for the world's first clinical trial, deep brain stimulation for resistant to medication schizophrenia, had gotten no attention, not even bad, I thought to myself, this is weird. This is weird. How is this possible? Look what they've done for me. Look what they've done for us. Even the participants or the deep brain stimulation patients in the clinical trial who did not improve 100% or who are not in remission, they have improved. They have still improved. Their life is still better. I'm in remission, for God's sake. I'm in remission. I have the ability, the freedom, finally, to make good decisions and bad decisions. This is not about having a perfect rose-colored life. That's not what this operation is about. This is not about being a perfect success story. That's not what this operation is about. It's about freedom. Freedom to live a human life. The life of a human being with a healthy brain. The freedom to choose. The freedom to have all the choices, all the options, all the opportunities that every other healthy person has, that all the healthy people have. And to be honest, I don't think there's many healthy people in this world. Everybody has something that bothers them or that ails them, or that everybody has some sickness or pain, or even if it's just a headache. But to get to the point, why am I making these videos? Why? Because I want to help my medical researchers. I want people to know what deep brain stimulation has done for me. I want people to know that it has given me the freedom to make not only good decisions, but bad decisions. To live a life. My life. I choose my life. I choose the way I want to live because of deep brain stimulation. I have the freedom because of deep brain stimulation to make decisions, whether they're good or bad. Freedom. Freedom. And it really bothered me, as I said, it really bothered me that no one paid any attention to this clinical trial. It's a huge advance in science, huge advance. With us giving our brains in this clinical trial so that they can experiment with our brains and find out where exactly in the brain they have to go. They have to put the electrodes to treat our psychotic symptoms, which are produced by schizophrenia, which are from schizophrenia. They have found the exact area of the brain which has to be treated to get rid of psychotic symptoms without medication. How can you ignore that? How can you ignore that? That's a huge progress in science. And I'm sorry if the pharmaceutical companies are a little bit disturbed by this huge progress in science, but to be honest, if they want to get their foot in, if they want to get up to date and modernized, they might as well get their foot in this technology and start changing their companies. You know? Reinventing themselves. I'm pretty sure they can do it. I'm pretty sure they have tons and tons and tons of employees who are dedicated to reinventing everything and all that they do. This is no problem for any pharmaceutical company. This is no challenge for any pharmaceutical company. They can reinvent themselves perfectly fine. This is a huge advance in the field of science. A huge advance. And I am lucky. I am lucky. I have been asked by people, how did you get into this clinical trial? How did they pick you? How did you get into it? Where did you find out about it? The luck of the draw. That's all I can say. I was lucky. I was lucky. And I want people to know. I want to divulge this information. I want people to know that DBS, deep brain stimulation, works. It takes away your psychotic symptoms. Is it a risk when you go through this operation, this surgery? Yes, it is. But maybe you've gotten to the point where you don't care. Maybe you suffer schizophrenia and you've gotten to the point where you're suffering so much that you don't care. You don't care. That's the point I had gotten to. When I decided to be operated on and they had chosen me as a good candidate, to be operated on and to participate in this clinical trial, I thought to myself, I don't care if I die. I really don't care if I don't wake up from that operation, from that surgery. I don't care. I'm suffering so much. I'm in hell. I'm rotting in putrid hell. I don't care where I go. I don't care if my eyes open or if they close. I don't care. And that's what Dr. Sarro said in a podcast in Aragon Radio. That was done on the 21st of February, 2020. Me with Dr. Sarro. Larissa Linda Weber with Dr. Sarro, or Sarro. Dr. Sarro, Dr. Sarro, and me, Larissa Linda Weber. There was a podcast, a radio interview that was done. They interviewed us, and Dr. Sarro explained that this operation is not for everyone, at least for the moment. This operation is for people who have gotten to their last straw. And I want people like that. I want people who are suffering, who are in hell. A hell unknown to man. A hell unwritten by fiction books. A hell unimagined by even the best of writers and movie makers. I want those people to know that there exists hope. Hope to live a human life. To live your life. To have stars in your eyes. To die of passion. To die of hope. To die of love. To not die of schizophrenia. Die alive of schizophrenia. But to die of dreams. To die of stars in your eyes. And to live a long life with the ability to be free. To be free. To live a long, free life. And I must admit, am I really free? No, not really. Not really. I'll never be free, at least for the moment. Not really, truly free. This is a credit card. It's credit that I've been given by a bank, by deep brain stimulation. As long as it works, I work. As long as it does what it's supposed to do, I have freedom. I'm free. I can live a free life. Freedom for me, just like freedom for you. I have a dream, and it's that all the people who suffer from schizophrenia are released from their bonds, from their cuffs, their handcuffs, from their chains, from the slavery of a labyrinth which knows no end, of twisting and turning and twisting and turning. I have a dream. I'm a dreamer. That's what pushes me on. That's what keeps me going. That's what makes me show you my face. And believe me, maybe it's not a good idea to show my face, because there are a lot of ignorant people, a lot of people who don't even know what schizophrenia is. They have no idea what it is. They think they know what it is, but they have no idea. And when you go in public, you go out in public and you put your face in public, what do? Oh, she's crazy. That's it. End of story. She's crazy. I'm going to ignore her. I'm going to speak to her or not speak to her. What do I do with her? How do I treat her? I'm human. Aren't you human too? As such, I have dreams that my researchers will be successful in helping people like me who do not respond to medication, people like me who are resistant to medication, to be free from slavery. And I know that most people not only do not know what schizophrenia is, they don't care. They don't care. We're the forgotten race. The last race. The ones nobody cares about. The ones not only do they not care about, they don't want to know about. They forget about. The ones people forget about. They don't care and they forget. They forget and they don't care. And they forget to care. They forget to care. Because they simply don't know. And I want people to know about deep brain stimulation and what it can do for people who suffer from schizophrenia, who do not respond to medication. And again, deep brain stimulation is no threat to any pharmaceutical company. No threat at all. I believe that deep brain stimulation along with medication can continue to live peacefully, one with the other. I do not think, at least not now, that deep brain stimulation is going to completely replace all medications. Maybe in 100 years, maybe in 200 years, but not now. It's just starting. You know, some people call me brave. Some people call me brave and they say, oh, you're so brave, you're so valiant for giving them your brain and having them operate on you and letting them experiment with your brain, with you. You becoming an experiment for these people. You're so brave. You know what? I'm not brave. I'm just desperate. I was just desperate as hell to be free. That's all people with schizophrenia want. They want to be free and happy. They want to be free and happy. They want to be happy. Just like any person on this whole freaking planet. It's just like anybody, just like any other human being. Whether you suffer from a mental illness or you do not. Whether you have cancer or diabetes. Whether you have multiple sclerosis or whether you have fibromyalgia. Whether you suffer from the bipolar disorder or whether you suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. It doesn't matter what you suffer from. People with schizophrenia, people who suffer from schizophrenia want to be happy just like everybody. And this operation, this treatment can do that. It can do that. Is it good for everybody? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a researcher. But I can tell you how I feel, how I think, how I reason, what logic I give. I can share this with you. And I want to share this with you. And I want you to see my face. And I want you to hear my voice. And believe me, there are going to be a lot of people when they see this video of my face and of my voice who will call me crazy. End of story. End of story. They won't think beyond that. They won't think anywhere beyond that. But I also know that there will be people who will appreciate it and who will understand and who will think beyond that. Who will. I'm speaking not only to the people who will not think beyond that, but the people who will. I'm speaking, I'm giving my face, my voice, my heart, my mind, my soul to everyone. And it may be a mistake. Maybe it's a mistake to do this. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a huge mistake putting my face on the internet. Maybe it's a huge mistake. All I know is that what moves me is helping others. And I will do anything for my medical researchers to help them divulge, share, communicate this deep brain stimulation treatment for resistant to medication schizophrenia. Anything. Freedom is worth any price. Any price.